Hello, and welcome back or to my channel. This is Daydream Days, and today we are starting a new series, which I don't know how much you guys might enjoy it because it's totally different than playing The Sims. Although it has a little bit of something in common, which is the fact that it's a simulator. It's actually a theme park simulator sort of thing. We are playing Planet Coaster and we are actually trying to build a theme park in sandbox mode so we can actually have full control over what we are building, and I can make basically the theme park of my dreams without any money restrictions, which is awesome. And actually, I think that this is scenario editor. It may have a little bit more options when it comes to customization, but I might be wrong. But still, it's really easy to switch between sandbox mode and scenario editor, so I just chose scenario editor. Okay, so besides all these small details, I decided to make a theme park in the mountains, which actually was something I was inspired to do while thinking about Christmas and about a place I really love to go to around this time of the year, and that is Poiana Brașov, which most of you guys might know that I'm Romanian, and it's a ski resort that is super duper beautiful. It's right in the center of the country, and the scenery and everything is just absolutely beautiful, and it just screams Christmas to me. It actually reminds me a lot of the place where George Michael's Last Christmas music video was filmed in, because it just has so much resemblance to me. I don't know. But yeah, I was thinking that being a ski resort, it is mostly based on winter sports and not that much things to do all year round, except for hiking and mountain biking. And yeah, I guess it's mostly based on sports and really beautiful scenery. But I was thinking, what if there was a huge theme park up there on the mountain? Now I'm kind of just daydreaming away, which is the base reason of this channel, and doing things that are just not going to happen in real life, but you are allowed to dream away. So, this is what we're going to do. So right now we are building the bus station, and I inspired myself from the actual bus station. When you come to Poiana Brașov, there's a huge bus station and a parking lot right there. So I inspired myself a lot from that when I was building the people spawner, basically, because we need people spawner in amusement parks created in Planet Coaster, because there should be a place that all the peeps would come into the park. So I was thinking it makes sense for them to come from a station. Maybe they were waiting there for a while. I also put a toilet in there. I know you're supposed to have them inside the amusement park, but just for realism reasons, I added them in there. And I eventually think I replaced the toilets with an information booth, and I know again that is supposed to be inside a park, but it's all part of the process. People need bus tickets from somewhere, and it's just for storytelling purposes. And yeah, I was thinking that maybe people coming from downstairs could come from the toilet or something like that. I want to imagine what would be happening in that building and why people would just come out of there. But not all of them will come out of there, because I also thought of putting two people spawners from I don't know what that should be called. It's a land formation that has the road coming out of it, and I was thinking to put for the sidewalks two people's spawners, and they're not that visible because it's very dark in there. So I'm thinking it would make sense. Maybe, I don't know, they have been hiking or something like that, because as I said, there's a lot of hiking trails and you can come to Poiana Brashov by just hiking from the city. So I'm thinking that would be a huge reward for a huge hike. As you guys can see, I was actually struggling a lot blending the people spawners inside the station. Like, there are some archways that are coming from the staircase that go to I don't know where, but as if they're naturally in there. And yeah, I used a lot of wooden pieces. I'm actually, now looking back at it, it gives me a little bit of anxiety because my computer might not handle all these little scenery pieces that I have used. And I think I have even used the little wooden things, like they're not very little, the wooden beams. I think I have used them for the roofs as well. That is a lot. That is a lot of scenery, decor details, but we will see how much my computer can take in the course of this series. But yeah, something I wanted to also mention is that this series will not be about making a whole recreation, rebuilding basically of Poiana Brashov and make it exactly as it is in real life and adding roller coasters in there, which is also a very cool idea. But I want to have a little bit more freedom to build the theme park exactly the way I want it to be. So that's why I'm saying it's inspired by Poiana Brashov. It would be a cool idea if we could adapt all of what I'm going to build in here for the actual place. I don't know, maybe it's gonna turn out so awesome that somebody is going to make a GoFundMe or something to do this in real life, but that is just besides the point and just thinking way too far of it. It's just something I'm doing for fun. And yeah, it's just going to be something that is inspired from that place and not exactly like that, because it's just a place where there's a bunch of hotels and hiking trails, and I think there's also a lake, but not one that is as big as the one you will see me building on. There's going to be a finish of the road, which I haven't even started in this speed build. Now I'm actually working on the details of the bus station, which I haven't even got to finish. I think I have mentioned that once more in this video, but I haven't put in the lights and also the little top roof. Like, there's, I don't know how to explain it. There's a roof on top of the roof. A roof piece that is on top of the roof, actually. And yeah, I was struggling a lot. You can see me here. I'm struggling a lot on blending in the walls with that roof. That was actually the fairy tale set roof, but I couldn't find any of the roofs that I had in the game that were going so high, so steep. And those are the fairy tale roofs, and they don't really work that well with the Bavarian set, which I have used on the whole train station. Not train station, it's a bus station. Holy moly, I'm just... I cannot talk already. That is really bad, but I was very good in the beginning of this video with my talking, because I actually feel so much better with my throat, and I don't feel like I'm forcing it a lot and just want to get this video done, which is what actually happened with the Speedville video of the steakhouse. And I was repeating myself a lot, which I tend to do, but I wasn't really up to re-record the mistakes, and I was just like, my throat is just so sore. But right now I'm actually feeling better, and you can see that I'm also making a what is it called? It's a ceiling piece made out of the wooden beams so that it has even more detail, so that my game runs even slower. Great! Something that I forgot to mention is that I wanted to give this station the very, very old feeling, like it's about to fall over you, because that is how usually community buildings like train stations, bus stations look like in Romania. It's not that great. We have a great country, it's just that we don't really invest into the tourism, because it would be really amazing for tourism. And we just don't invest into that, and it's a shame. It's really a shame. And yeah, we actually lately have been doing some investments for tourism, but it's nowhere near the amount I think that this whole place deserves. Not this place that I'm building right now. I'm not referring to Poiana Brașov, but the place of the country. Because we have mountains, we have the sea, we have just everything, but we don't put enough money into promoting that and just making it accessible for foreign tourists. One series that I'm actually recommending to you guys too, I have been watching lately, and it's on Netflix. I think it's called The Flavors of Romania. And the main character is basically vlogging his experience traveling in Romania, and the same opinion that I have about the country as a whole is basically a lot of beautiful things to see, but not enough money invested in the tourism. And I'm not saying now that we should build a theme park and just run over all the natural beauties that are in this country just to make something big and industrial. And although theme parks are extremely fun, I think that the biggest problem actually lies in the fact that we don't take proper care of what we already have, and the roads are just absolutely awful in my opinion. It's the best place to break your car. And there's also not enough airports, especially we should have had one in Brașov for a really, really long time, and we're only now building one. And it's really, really hard for tourists to come to Brașov, although it's a huge touristic area. The closest two airports to Brașov are about 3 or 4 hours away. I don't remember exactly how much it takes with the train, but I think it is about the same amount of time, which still, in my opinion, is a lot of traveling. But now, enough with that rant. It's enough negativity for one video, and I don't want to turn people off from visiting Romania, because it's an awesome country. You just have to trust me on that one. But right now we are working on some more detailing on the bus station roof, and I must be 100% honest. Right now I'm improvising a lot, and the train station roof doesn't really look like that. And I have actually got some inspiration from... There is an ice skating rink underneath the Timpa, that is what the huge hill with the Brashov sign is called. I don't think it's the center of the city, it's the cultural historical center, and it's a building that looks a lot like what I'm trying to do with the roof there, but right now I'm actually moving to some terraforming. And yeah, I'm back at the station again because I'm just being all over the place. Sometimes I get really bored of building something in Planet Coaster and then I move on to the next thing and then I come back to what I was working on before, because just working on one thing just it's just getting boring and you are not going to get the same results. At least that's the way I think about it. And now I'm building the road. As you can see, I'm trying to make that little terrain formation from which peeps are magically appearing. And I know some of you guys may have noticed, and you are probably extremely angry with me for that, but I kind of terraformed over some scenery pieces like trees and rocks in the background. But I don't know, maybe I'm dumb, but I couldn't delete them. I tried to delete them, but I couldn't. But as you can see, I'm right now trying to create the road without using any of the art pieces, because I usually use the black squares art pieces to do the roads, but I'm trying to do a little bit of some economical budget, not budget, just computer performance budgeting here, and trying to use as little pieces as possible. So I decided to just terrain paint. I mean, I think that the terrain paint I used for the road actually suits some of the resort's roads, except for the bumpiness. I just checked at some point. I don't think I have put that in the speed build video. Oh yeah, I was trying to extend that wonderful lake in the background and it was just absolutely awful. And yeah, what I was trying to say was that I was just testing the road, like how it would look from a person's perspective, and it looked like it had a lot of bumps in it. So that is not exactly how the roads in the ski resorts in Romania look like. And I'm doing a lot of I don't know how you call those. It's just a lot of cave-like formations for the lake. I wanted to make a viewpoint at the end of the road, like people are coming for something right now in that area, and that is the view of the mountains, which is basically the main reason people are coming to Romania for. It's just the wonderful views. But then, in my mind and in my storytelling, a big investor came in and was just like, let's build a huge theme park in here with unlimited money and make it absolutely awesome and thrilling and all that good stuff. We actually have one of those lookout points on the way to Poiana Brashov. You can actually stop the car in there. There's a small parking lot which I was trying to recreate here, and you can come out of your car and just look at the city from above, and I think that is pretty cool. So I was thinking to do the same thing for over the lake. And also I did a little bit of a trail in there, like a hiking trail, but not really. It's just a small nature walk thing. But as you could see, I was a little bit indecisive on the path that I wanted to do. I wanted to add the one that is that had those, the blue wire edges, and I thought they were a little bit too much, and then I just changed them, and added some dirt, but I'm not really at that point right now. But I'm putting in some picnic benches there because, as I said, this is before the huge investor came in to make this place absolutely fun. So I'm doing some fences in there, but I did not want to go with the same fence all around because that would have been boring. So I tried to make it look like it broke at some point and somebody patched it with more wooden pieces, and I tried to match the colors somehow, like not look so extremely ratchet. And I know I have left a little bit of some space there for people to come and just fall off that cliff if they want to be adventurous, but please, people are not that stupid. Like, there's fencing almost all around, and maybe they didn't have enough material, maybe some pieces fell off because it's just a nature place right now. And because the thing is surrounded by so many fences, it's like that is your warning sign. Like, you shouldn't go any further. If you go any further, that is on your own risk. You've been warned. And yeah, I'm doing the really nice fence again, but I did not have any idea how to finish it besides that wooden plank, and I was just like, that is a bit too much, like it's too repetitive, so I added that huge log, if you have seen it, but now I'm working on the parking space because I just decided to work on so many things at once, and I think I have cut out a little bit of the clip. I did not film exactly and absolutely everything in the process because nobody wants to just watch a 2 hours video, and in some places I have been struggling a lot and I don't like to show that in the video because it's just boring. Like, who wants to see you just doing the same thing over and over again because you cannot figure out how to do something? So that is why some pieces of the speed build have been cut out. But don't worry, at the end of the video, if there is something that I have forgotten to film and did not make their way into this awesome montage, I will just present everything to you at the end and tell you everything that I have done. Like, not exactly everything because I don't want to make a million years of a video, but you will get the idea. And now I'm doing some road detailing. I'm doing those lines that are in the middle of roads, and I think I will work on the bus station lines here in a moment. And I remember I used the bus that comes with, I don't remember exactly which pack of Planet Coaster. There have been cars added and buses and all that stuff, but I only used the bus to have a little bit of a guideline of how long the bus station should be. And then I think I have built a massive crossing zebra so that people could get on the other side and actually visit the theme park. That is the area where I'm planning to do the entrance, like right across the road from the bus station. And I remember I used those nature tree logs as speed bumps for it. So I don't know if it looks weird or what, but I actually enjoyed the way it looked, and it masked the edges of the path as well super duper nicely. So I cannot complain too much about the way it looks, but you guys can complain about it in the comments. I'm all open for the critics, and by the way, I really need some suggestions on how to name this theme park because I have no idea what to name it. And here I actually am doing the crosswalk zebra, and I remember being a little bit frustrated because the logs just didn't make it in length to go from one side to the other of the road. So I had to stick two together and not make it look weird, which I don't think I have succeeded. Which is a little bit frustrating. Again, like. And then, of course, the big struggle to make a straight line with those art pieces. But my favorite part of it was making the cross zebra itself. I don't know why, but I just love making those in Planet Coaster. I've been making a lot of parking lots and road cross zebras in Planet Coaster for my parks, and I'm I must say I'm weird. I enjoy doing that. It's kind of satisfying. It's one of those things. But now I'm marking the end of the road, and I think, oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention about that. I built a small roundabout thing that is only for the buses so that they could turn around, and I tried to make it a little bit different, like it's a makeshift kind of thing. It's only for the buses. You're not supposed to go in there with your car. So I just made it look like somebody just threw some pieces of wood in there to delimitate the area. And yeah, I built a shack in the middle of the whole thing, and I think I have spent way too much time on that one because it's supposed to look like it's falling apart anyways. It's just for the bus drivers to have a stop, go to the toilet, eat their sandwich, and it's not supposed to be more than 15 minutes, so you are really not supposed to enjoy it. Like, well, enjoy it if you want to, but it's not necessary. It's just 15 minutes out of your life. You're just taking a break, like a very small break in there. And because I wanted to make it circular, like the middle of a roundabout, I had to modify the roof so that it would match, like not match, but fit with the building. Because if I wanted to make it round, it needed a huge round roof. So I just made it out of wood, and I went with the same theme of the bus station, which is that it's kind of falling apart, so I did not focus that much on putting those wooden pieces in a perfect order. So there is that, and you will see that I also mismatched some walls. That was not only because of the theme, but also because it was a little bit at the end of this whole build, and I kind of got bored, and I was just like, I'm just going to put whatever in there, and I couldn't find the right pieces, and I kind of started to lose my patience. So I may come back to this building a little later, like maybe next week, and just figure out something to not make it look so much like a parrot. And yeah, I think I'm approaching the end of this build, and I don't know how much I can talk about it anymore because it's not that much. It's just, yeah, I think I have also made a pathway made out of stumps so that I could add benches, and yeah, people will not be able to reach it, but it's just for storytelling purposes as the delimitation from the road where the buses would go around the building and the building itself. So, I don't know. The buses couldn't scratch the building by driving a little bit too close to it. But anyways, we are getting super close to the end of the speed build, so I will take a little break and see you in a few moments looking at this park live so that we could observe the results much better. Okay, so we're here. Actually, we are at the Peeps spawning point, and then you go. I don't know how to do those really cool cinematic shots, but you just go down the road, and here's the bus station with an information point. I wasn't very inspired on this one. It's just very, very basic. Just says bus tickets in there, and it's yeah, I need to work a little bit more on that one and make it nice. But yeah, and also the stairs for the peeps, maybe they come from the bathroom or something. I just don't want to analyze that much what is going on in there because there's so many mistakes. And the crosswalk, I think we're just going to add the entrance to the park here. And then you go a little bit further down the road, and I surrounded this little shack by trees, and yeah, this is the stump walk area, which is not going to be able to be visited by peeps, so it's just there for decoration. Like, the people that are visiting the park will have no way to get on this walking area. It's just for the bus driver. And there's this little roof piece that I also added. I forgot to add also some of those wooden pieces in there so that it's not that empty. And yeah, I added some scenery pieces like trees, and yeah, it's just trees. It's not that big of a deal. And here is the wonderful view from the lookout point. Just like in the Romanian beer commercials. Just go there and oh, too far! I almost fell into the lake. Look how beautiful. I'm actually really impressed because, as I said, I'm not that great of a builder. Maybe by the end of the series I'm gonna be better at doing cinematic shots because I really suck right now. I really, really suck. But yeah, anyways, I'm not going to drag this any longer because it's been a really long video already, and I want to start nice and fresh and not to get you guys annoyed by the first episode. And I would like to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys very, very soon with my next video. Of course, if you enjoyed it, because these speed build videos of theme parks actually take a lot longer than me playing The Sims, so I would actually like to see your feedback on this. And if you enjoy it, I'm going to keep on building on it and recording because I am very, very sure that I will continue on building this even if I don't make videos, because I'm just so excited. I really am. Or if you guys want updates on the park like the one I did right now, I really have no idea. You just have to tell me what do you guys prefer in the comments, and I will get back to you and deliver whatever it is that you enjoy the most. Because that's the joys of being a content creator. Anyways, don't forget to do something with this video. Comment, rate, subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Please consider doing so. Support the channel, of course. And have a really nice day or night wherever you are in the world. Bye, guys.